When we recommit to something that we feel good about, we prove to ourselves that we can show up to ourselves, therefore taking on bigger things, habit stacking on top of that, becoming the person who we trust enough to take on things in our life that will guide us and bring us to our higher purpose. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And I am recording this on 11/11/22. So whether you like numbers or not like me, we're just going to say that this is a very magical day. So I know it's not 11/11 when you're listening to this, but you are getting all of the energy of this day through this podcast. That's what we're going with. I don't care what you believe, because literally when you believe something, just like everything starts with a thought, this is what you are pulling and bringing into your life. This is what you're spotting. It's your reticular activating system. Truly, what you put on your radar is what you find. What you seek, you shall find. And just to chat about what the reticular activating system is, you guys, truly, it is that place in your brain. It starts above your spinal cord and it's about 2 inches long. It's the width of a pencil. It's where all of your senses come in. They say except for your smell, which goes into your emotional center of your brain, but the rest of them comes in through your RAS. So how this works is if you were to look around the room and saw the color blue, or thought of the color blue, you would be looking for anything that is blue. And I'm reading this straight off of the University of Minnesota's webpage. So when you are looking for magic, and that's what I am looking for today, I'm specifically setting the intention of bringing certain people into my business today. So as I go about my day, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm also going to ask questions. I'm going to be seeking it. I'm going to be really looking into details specifically of everybody that I meet and putting out feelers for certain people. So with that said, today is a magical day. And I want you to take all of the energy, even though it's not the state anymore. And I want you to know that you can create anything and you can find anything, because you have the intention, you set the intention of what you want, and then you will seek it. It's all that you will see. I want you to trust this, but I also need you to play a really active role in finding the thing that you want to find. But this is not today's topic. This is just about the date and how I want you to look at every single day of your life, knowing that you can create that. Today's topic is about tearing off the freaking Band-Aid. There is something in your life right now that you need to recommit to in order to take the reins back and take back control, because maybe you're feeling a little bit like you're spiraling out. Maybe you're just feeling a little bit like you're not on your A game, and you could feel that way. All you need to do, there is literally just one or two things that right when I said this, you know that if you recommit, you're going to feel like you're back in the driver's seat of your life. Okay, guys, let's chat about what those things could be. Maybe you've fallen off the wagon of meditating. Maybe that was something that made you feel really good at one point in your life and you had a great practice. Maybe your practice was really long and that's why you couldn't commit to it. So maybe your recommitment looks like a 3-minute timer on your phone, or a song that you play that you absolutely love that gets you hyped up, and all you do is close your eyes and visualize for those 3 minutes. That is it. What we forget is that these small commitments are the things that make us feel back in control, and they're the things that make us do those moments or commit to those things that make us feel good about doing something for us that makes us feel good at the start of the day. When we recommit to something, even if it's this small, this is how we build up esteem. I'm writing a book right now that really talks about the different human needs. I really am using Maslow's hierarchy of needs throughout this whole book, showing that there are certain places that we are not committing to in our needs. There's certain needs that we're not showing up for. And because we're not showing up for ourselves through these needs, we don't believe that we're the people who can take on these bigger things. We don't feel safe. We don't trust ourselves to take on these bigger leaps and these bigger tasks. And this is one of the areas that we can recommit to make ourselves feel like we are accomplished, because this is one of the needs. It's an esteem need in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And when we recommit to something that we feel good about, we prove to ourselves that we can show up to ourselves, therefore taking on bigger things, habit stacking on top of that, becoming the person who we trust enough to take on things in our life that will guide us and bring us to our higher purpose.
Hey y'all, I'm so excited to share with you that this podcast, Earn Your Happy, is now a part of the Growth Day Podcast Network. Truly, this is like one of the most exciting things that has ever happened to me. I'm telling you, I no longer feel like I'm doing this alone, and I actually get to collaborate with the people who host the podcast that I'm obsessed with, like that I have been listening to myself, who inspired me to start a podcast, who have taught me about how to go and do the thing, like the original people who got me motivated through listening to their podcasts. You guys, a bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and to support shows and brands that we believe in. And one of my friends are also on this network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to their show. You guys, I just had Danielle Canty on of the Boss Babe podcast. She co-hosts it with her other amazing co-host and one of my friends, Natalie Ellis. You guys, you can go check out that podcast on mine. It's episode 925, and Danielle and I talk all about burnout and how that could be showing up in your life, and most importantly, how to prevent it. But I want to tell you, if you have not gone and checked out the Boss Babe podcast yet, go subscribe, because it is one of the largest online communities for ambitious women and female entrepreneurs. And I know that if you're listening to the show, chances are that's probably you. You guys, they have 3.6 million followers and 380,000 subscribers. The Boss Babe podcast is the place where they share real behind the scenes of building successful businesses, achieving peak performance, and learning how to balance it all. Most of all, you guys, truly, these women are in my life. Danielle and Natalie are people that I text on a weekly, monthly basis when I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel stuck. What should I do? I tune into their podcast, you guys, to learn. Even though they're my friends, I am still like crazy obsessed with this podcast because I learn something new every single time I listen. It makes me be a better podcaster. It makes me be a better businesswoman. It just makes me be better and more confident out in the world because they're so real and raw. And I can tell you that in the moments where I have had horrible days, down days, I've either gone and listened to this podcast or I've texted them, because these are the people who truly get it. You want to listen to the people who are walking in the same footsteps that you are. You guys, go check out the Boss Babe podcast. You're not going to be sorry. And it's just going to like make you way smarter and you're going to have way more fun. So go check it out.
So a lot of you don't feel like you can even take the leap into something bigger right now, because how in the hell could you take the leap if you can't trust yourself to show up for a 3-minute meditation? This is how your brain is working. So what is the one thing that you could recommit to that would completely change the game for you and make you feel good about yourself again? Maybe it is that meditation, but maybe you don't do the 20 minutes and you do the 3 minutes, because I'm telling you, I don't think we need all of these really big, long things in our life. I think that sometimes our practices that at first can make us feel good can actually cause overwhelm later. I think we can condense these things that make us feel good. So for me, I have recommitted to some really intense workouts. I'm craving discipline in my life because I need to prove to myself that I can do really hard things daily. So for me, what this looked like was I am doing Orange Theory Fitness like 5 days a week right now. I just got off of 6 days in a row. I am taking 1 day off today because I'm flying back to Arizona to speak and my body is really freaking sore. But I want to tell you what committing to those 6 days in a row did. It made me realize that the hardest part of recommitting to something is just showing up. Because once I was there, I was like, you're here. You're not leaving. This is what you're doing. And it really reminded me that we overwhelm ourselves just with the thought of it. Like the thoughts before I went were worse than actually being there. And we can compare this to anything that we do, right? The thoughts of the resistance around what I need to do in my business are worse than the actual actions of when I'm in the thing that I need to do. So if I can remember that I just need to book the appointment, I just need to reach out and send those emails. I just need to ask that person if I can get a little bit of their time in exchange for anything that I can help them with. If I can remember that these moments that we are turning into mountains are actually pebbles, then my life can be much easier, have a lot more flow, and ultimately, I can actually get the results I want by doing these hard things. When we are avoiding, you're getting a result that is much harder to live with than the actual task of just getting it done, right? So the actual workout is only an hour, but I am reaping the result of feeling proud of myself all day long, along with reaping the physical results, along with feeling good, along with the fact that I go in the morning and do this hard thing. It changes the trajectory of how I feel about myself, and all of the decisions that I make throughout the entire day have also changed, with the benefit of feeling really damn good in my clothes. You guys, do you see how these challenging things, when put in your schedule, when just stop sitting in the resistance and just do them and show up for yourself, that these things completely change your entire day? So what is something right now that you could recommit to? Just one thing that you could recommit to that is challenging, that would show yourself that you can do this and build up that esteem need that we all need to fulfill only for ourselves. We can only fulfill the esteem need for ourselves, which means we have to prove that we can do hard things and we can accomplish things. Therefore, that will trickle and spill over into everything that you do. What is the one thing? I want to hear about it. I want you to share it with me on stories. I want you to share this podcast with someone who's just in a rough spot. They just need to pull themselves out by committing to doing something hard. Put a challenge on your calendar. Show up for yourself, whether it's 10 days in a row at the gym, whether it's 10 days in a row for meditation. Take a 10-day challenge. Just do something for 10 days straight. Or if that's like, oh my God, that's so overwhelming, we're going to do 5, right? If you're someone that's like, oh my God, that just sounds like so much, just do 5 days of something and remind yourself, like journal every single day of those and just tell yourself how good you felt after, so that in the morning before you're going to go do the thing, read your journal from the day before and remember that you just removed so many of the mental obstacles by doing the thing that you normally sit and deal with, right? The disappointment, the shame of not doing something that you know you should be doing. Like, go remove those by 1 hour of something challenging or 3 minutes of a meditation. You guys, it's not that it's easy. It's that these things in our life are simple and we're avoiding them. Just go head first into that wave and you'll avoid getting tossed around, right? Go head first into the thing. Eat that frog, like Brian Tracy says. Just go and do the thing and make yourself proud. You are so worth it. You've just forgotten. I'm sending you so much love today. And until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone.
Hey, thanks for listening to the podcast. And I want to make sure that you have my phone number, and I'm not kidding. Did you know that I have a community text number? For real. My phone number is 310-496
8363. This goes directly to my phone. All you have to do is text the word daily to 310-496-8363. And I literally text you every single day, Monday through Friday. I actually just got done 30 seconds ago texting a bunch of people back, and I talk to you all of the time. You guys, people always ask me how I got my community text number and how it works. Well, all you have to do is you can just go to community.com and get your own. Community makes it easy to get a phone number that you can use to build your audience using text. People just text you at your number and they're added to your group. Then you can text them out audios, video links, anything you want. You guys, I text out happy birthday videos. I love to send podcast links, thoughts about life, book recommendations, different events that I'm doing in the local area. Texting gets me out of the noise of social media and directly into your hand. And now you can start texting your people too. Just go to community.com to get your phone number. They give you a 10-digit real phone number, not those weird short codes that look like spam, but it's more than a phone number. Your new number comes with an inbox for SMS and texting. This means you can actually manage your text list from your computer and an app on your phone. You can schedule text to send at certain times and to certain groups. You can even set up auto replies or let your assistant or customer service team answer your text messages via Community's awesome dashboard. Just go to community.com and ask for a free demo. They'll show you how it works and get you your number. It's time to start texting your audience versus just posting on social media. Everyone uses Community for that. So go check them out at community.com. I can tell you it's not just great for communicating with my audience, but Chris and I use Community and our texts to also sell out our launches. I'm telling you, you get such an incredible response because you really are creating a true, deep sense of community. And it's so intimate. It's freaking amazing. Go check it out at community.com.
Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience. When you get community right, not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool.